Hello guys and welcome back to a little bit of Netrunner on our channel. I hope you guys dig it. I'm Steven.
I'm Robert.
And this is the final match of the first round of the top 8. This is the fall/summer top 8. We've called it two different things because it took place in 2 different seasons. And so we're just going to roll with that. Summer/fall.
It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid, yeah. Sometimes you start at, mid-summer and it ends mid-fall.
It's fummer.
It's fummer. That caught me by surprise. We got Grant playing Andromeda on the left, Grant Hollywood Huddleston, and we got Frank on the right. Did we have a name for Frank?
Frank Great Scott.
Frank Great Scott. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's really good. Have you cleared that with him?
No, I haven't. I don't think I've even said it.
I think that's
before.
perfect.
Great
Scott.
Frank Great Scott.
And Grant has, of course, I think at this point pretty good reputation within the LCG sphere.
Taking the LCG world by storm, really.
Well, the Covenant sphere and LCG sphere, which is pretty similar spheres, but took second at Star Wars LCG at Gen Con, top 32 to Netrunner. I think he top 16 or maybe even top 8'd.
Yeah, top 16, I believe.
There, and just really kind of putting a game in front of him, and he seems to really pick it up and do well. It's one of those players. You guys probably know them if you're around a game store. It's like
anything but Monopoly.
It's like the dude
really
who comes in and
Monopoly.
it's like, this is your first play and you're beating me. So I'm interested to see how he does against Frank. Frank's kind of a long time, I would call, veteran of classic games. He was an avid chess player. He's an avid poker player. I don't know if avid is the right term, but he was an avid chess player, and I know that he has played a lot of poker in his days and enjoys both those games very much. Kind of new to the tabletop gaming scene in this view, in the Netrunner and those kinds of games. So we'll see. I guess this is kind of a clash of ideals.
Yeah.
Grant, kind of the new school. Frank, just now getting into the newest type of gaming, having come from a long line of your traditional older games.
Mm-hmm.
And concepts from chess and from poker are exceptionally important in Netrunner.
I've never heard that before.
Oh yeah?
Not once. And Stephen Willie never talks about that.
I love chess. Beyond all, I think more than anything, it comes into play in everything, just the analytical side. But Game of Thrones is
particularly, yeah.
Yeah, you're making those challenges. It's like check,
Mm-hmm.
check, 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 check.
It's true. It's true.
Frank playing the classic HB identity. Can't argue with that. I mean,
it's so fundamentally good. It's a little disturbing. It's, in my mind, the corporation's version of like the most stellar core identity that is Kate on the runner side.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so fundamentally good. It's bananas.
just classic,
Yeah.
like gain a credit, and it's really a bit depressing, honestly, that you get this new creation and control, and you have all these identities.
But you don't need to run.
Not a single one of them is appealing, and maybe those are seed cards, but one of the big parts of that is that this one is just so good.
Yes.
And you can't just make everything better than this one.
Mm-hmm.
You have to try to make them different but as good, which is dangerous territory.
It is. It's very dangerous.
Design space there is hard to really appreciate. So
Let's see that awesome Stronger Together deck still.
yeah,
I want it to work.
It continues to get better.
It does.
I think
Every piece of Bioroid that comes out.
It really does. And you have efficiency research now, and there's a lot of decks that are relying on lowering strength to get through, whether that's using fixed breakers or Ottomans, or even like the new stuff like Bishop that's coming out that's going to lower strength by 2. All those kinds of things kind of play into Stronger Together having an impact. So maybe we'll see it.
Let's hope. That's what I hope for.
Maybe
anyway.
we'll see it. I think the more that fixed breakers like Ottoman and Yogg and those are important, the more that you find a great little spot for Stronger Together.
Yay!
And
Wishful
heck,
thinking. Woo.
if you can make people waste money, then every time that's at least another credit.
That's true.
And so
One
maybe that's
credit.
worth thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Frank's going to start the game off here. We're going to draw a card because you got to. We're going to install over both the centrals that matter early, and we're going to gain a credit.
So that's archives and some remote.
Grant going to play Sure Gamble first click there. And a daily cast second click. We're looking for a lot of economy up front out of Andromeda. Grant likes to run her with Underworld Contacts a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Play out something that gives 1 link and then get some Underworld Contacts out there. I don't know if that's what he's doing here, but it looks like he's got a handful of events here.
Yeah, totally.
Ooh, installing
Very
a
early.
fairy.
Holy
And
smokes.
finally, is he installing that? He is.
He
He's
is
installing the
crispy.
Crypsis.
This is really
Yeah,
unprecedented.
I've rarely
honestly.
seen this. This is kind of the earliest setup I think I've ever seen out of Grant. Certainly out of a lot of criminal decks that don't really believe in showing anything until mid-game.
You know what you're dealing
Frank
with,
gonna install over R&D there and gain 2 credits.
Let's hope that Frank is able to execute his surprise Ichi, or what is it? Roto turret. I always forget the name of that.
Yeah.
I'm always about to call it sentry turret.
Sentry turret, yeah.
Sentry turret.
It's funny, Crypsis really, Grant at this point, he's such a smart player. He's not going to go in anywhere where he can't break.
He's methodical.
That was kind of a risky run there, that HQ run. You throw a Roto turret in there and you're losing the fairy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's... I think it was ready for that possibility.
Yeah.
If things happen. That's the good thing about fairy, the most oh no kind of ice is sentry.
Whoops.
And fairy can just blow right through it.
That's right.
Doesn't have to kill his Crypsis.
That's right. There's a wood can't.
All right, Andromeda's going to break that tag trace. Frank's going to gain 2 credits, and then Grant's going to take a look at an Archive Memories.
Ooh, Adonis. No trashy.
Oh, was that Adonis?
It looked like it.
It was Adonis, you're right. No money.
None money.
Second action, taking a card. Is that I think it's a decoy or Mr. Lee? Looks like a decoy. Counter on Crypsis. Third click.
We need more counters. 1, 2, 3. Get it?
Looks like he got 6 in hand. So you're going to have to gain a credit, you're going to have to discard a card. There goes the decoy. Against HB, maybe not doing as much work as you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Frank going to install, gain a credit for its identity. Going to install.
Hello, remote.
Second click, and then third click, going to gain a credit. Playing it cool here.
I think it's that Adonis.
I think it's the Adonis, yeah. Cyborgs and Towels. That's a campaign I can get around.
Cyborgs and Towels campaign.
I mean, you see that on a billboard someday. And It's like, hey, I want that.
Are you selling the towel or the cyborg?
What's that Adonis?
Or these towels for cyborgs? You got a cyborg? We got a towel.
Bastion. You're gonna click the. I don't think Grant breaks this here. Boy,
Yeah,
Frank
I would be
love
surprised.
it though. He doesn't. All right. So second action, Mr. Lee. Third action, Mr. Lee. Looks like he's grabbing a Desperado.
Mr. Lee is fantastic, by the way. When it first came out, I was not quite sure of it, but since then,
It makes a lot of sense in the identity that it's in. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's for
criminals really have good use out of that thing. I think other factions are probably looking at professional contacts right now over like a Mr. Lee type thing because it's not quite as good, but man, it's definitely as good in a vacuum. If you're looking for specific cards, like account siphons, Mr. Lee is going to be better for you there, but
sure.
Can't deny a credit in a card.
No, you can't.
For a single click. Just imagine if the collective comes out.
I hope so. I've been
credit card, 2 clicks left.
Following the voting, evidently the criminal, I can never remember his name because I'm so fixated on the collective, but
Fisk.
Fisk, there you go.
Larry Fisk.
Fisk. Anyway, he's currently in the lead from what I understand by a slim margin.
Well,
let's hope he comes to the Covenant store and loses that margin.
Fisk.
Fisk.
Going in. All right, Grant, first click, gonna install or hit Mr. Lee, and second click, Desperado. The third click, gonna gain a credit, yeah. I'm sorry, third click, Dirty Laundry, the archives.
That laundry is extra dirty.
I think I was right. Gain a click, and then Dirty Laundry, that's 4 clicks. Back over to Frank.
See ya, Cass. You out of money.
It looks like we missed. We kind of fast forwarded there a little bit. So really, all that happened is Frank looks like gained some cash there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So first action, Grant install Sneak Door. Sees an Archive Memories.
Wow.
He's hitting it again.
And then, holy smokes!
Oh, look, it's another one. Last action, Sneak Door.
Let's do that again. 3rd time's a charm.
Boy, Desperado getting 3 credits on Sneak Door. That's so good.
It is really good.
Hey, look, it's a biotic labor. Now you know it's everything's in there.
Those are none of the things you wanted.
Yeah. Usually you would expect to score a point there.
Yes, that would be reasonable. Or at least trash something.
Yeah.
Something.
First action, going to install over archives there.
Ooh.
Oh, last
Shadow.
turn Frank advanced Shadow twice.
Yes,
And
that's
this
true.
turn he advances it twice yet again. That's quite interesting. I don't know if he's set up for Trick of Light.
I would have to assume, right?
Yeah, I'd have to assume, unless he just wants to be guaranteed to get 2 credits every time he comes into HQ. But
But now with that sneak door up.
yeah, I don't know about this.
I mean, he wouldn't advance it twice after sneak door, right?
Maybe he's running commercialization, you know?
Okay.
Could just be getting ready for 2 Trick of the Lights.
He's up to something. Sure, gamble. There's nothing gambly about it.
And Frank draws. Looks like a Gia hands. Gains his cash. Just in time.
Towels with robots. Wait, robots with towels.
I wonder if he's going to fast advance his Gia hands out. I think that would help his strategy here a lot. Gaining 3 for 2. Seems to be spending 2 clicks to gain credits a lot anyway. It's only 1 point, but man, yeah, looks like he's going to do it.
He's got that biotic. There it is.
Yeah. And then there's 3 advancement on it, so
I love that.
spin 7 and
agenda.
Gia hands it out.
I love it. Paul Levitt.
And all that hard-earned money going into a 1-point agenda, but it's going to net him back plenty of creds.
Yeah. That it will. Twill. That it will. That's the type of
That it will.
fabric or something. Cloth. Counting those credits. If you would stack them neatly, Frank, you wouldn't have to do that.
That's true. First action, Grant's going to sneak door it in here.
Is he going to res? Wait for it.
I wonder what's over there.
I would imagine some sort of barrier.
You would, but with no res, that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's an Ichi or something over there.
Phew. Surprise Ichi. I love Ichi so much.
Surprise Ichi and Crypsis are
The best of
mutually
friends.
exclusive.
Yeah.
So first action on the sneak door. I wonder where we go here. I think you got to start looking at R&D.
He pulled another Archive Memories, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
What are the odds?
I don't know, but you just have to start looking at R&D here.
Here we go. We're siphoning.
The account siphon comes in. So Fairy's going to break through that shadow. Interesting to spend Fairy on the shadow, but you got to get in sometimes. And then he's going to go ahead and siphon it out. That's exactly what you'd expect. That's why you run the card. And all of a sudden, these credit differentials are looking kind of gross here, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a big swing from what we saw just a couple moments ago.
Yeah. What Frank needs is a nice closed accounts. We'll see. I don't know.
Gotta tag him.
And Frank just gaining cash. Going back to Grant with a Mr. Lee.
What's Grant digging for, you think?
Maybe an RD interface or something. Start to make those. I think
Yeah.
you might install interface and then make a run over there. Inside job the remote. Looks like a melange. Yep.
Oh, man.
Trash that melange.
That's why you have so few people lining up to build bases on the moon.
That's right. Third action, Mr. Lee.
It's so easy to get rid of them.
Last action, daily cast. It pays itself back and then some.
You like casts, right?
I love them.
Every day. Daily. Hence its name.
Frank, what do we got going on here?
I don't know. He's got a whole lot of looking at his
It's been a
hand.
good game so far. I'm
tempo's
waiting.
weird.
I'm waiting for Grant to go to R&D here.
Yeah.
That just has to happen. I'm surprised that hasn't happened sooner.
Mm-hmm. Well, with 3 pieces of ice, he might be
Well,
a little
yeah, now,
intimidated.
yeah. It's,
Now we've delayed
like-
it another turn.
I feel like he might have had a window there.
The window is down.
I'd like to at least check it with Fairy up, you know? Because without Fairy, that's a scary R&D run right there.
Mm-hmm.
It could be super expensive.
You have no idea how many Ichis might be waiting there for him.
All 3.
Ichi.
And sneak door.
Archive Memories? Called
Yeah,
it.
Archive Memories.
He's pulled it 5 other times, so.
And last 2 clicks, install Katie, and 3 on Katie.
As we say, Grant is nothing if not consistent in his Netrunner play.
Yep.
Even in the cards he pulls out of HQ. Same one every time.
Yeah, same one every time. Good economy being set up there. Archive Memory's Biotic. You can't argue with that, right?
No.
I really like what Frank's doing here, too. It looks like he's kind of setting up an HQ bluff. Having to waste Archive Memory as first click to get Biotic, you're going to think that he's got an agenda to play out next turn to fast advance. So I imagine this signals Grant to start hitting the hand pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, it looks like Frank doesn't have anything in that hand. So I really do love the mind game here. This is really smart.
Cool play. Really cool
We're going to
play.
see if Grant falls for it. He may try to hit that sneak door 3 or 4 times.
Well, now that he knows that Archive Memories is out there, he probably might, more than just having the Biotic Labor and potentially queuing the agenda that might be there.
And Frank finishing it off with a credit. So first action, Grant's going to lead. Not biting yet.
Got to get set up. Who knows how many snares he might hit.
I guess that is true.
I'm definitely paranoid of snares.
Yeah,
people splash them somewhat regularly.
You get hit a few times and you... There we go. Okay, second click sneak door.
You're running snares?
What is really going to determine this is...
oh, there were 2.
Is he going to go a third click on a sneak door is the question.
I know I would. You're this far in.
Fires on Crypsis. And Katie. All right, so at least pulled 1 click off of him maybe on the HQ run. Frank going to install over there. And Biotic.
And what do you get? Oh, something that was
out there for
beta test. I miss the good old days when people actually triggered that.
Absolutely, right? Those were the days, right?
I love that agenda so much. Classic HB.
Classic. R&D interface, first action.
In your face.
Here we go. Now we're going to check out R&D. I think we're just getting ready for that.
Yeah, they should rename it R&D in your face.
I think that's fair.
Just change that T to a Y, in your face.
All right, so what do we got going on here, Frank? Gonna res the Bastion for 4.
That'll stop him.
Gonna make you spend the credits at least.
Not.
5 credits and a token. Nothing. All right, we're gonna access 2. And nothing. All right, so Grant coming up short here. Has been making some good plays to see cards, but has just not seen an agenda yet.
Hasn't seen him. What is the deal with that?
What's the deal with...
They don't even have a name. Those things on the end of your shoe license actually do have a name. I think I remember seeing it.
Looks like last session Grant hits Katie 1 last time. Frank coming over.
Man, he is stacking those credits like a pro now.
Yeah, and he just gains 4. 3 for Gia hands and 1 normal.
He must have heard me talking about him in the future.
And Mr. Lee versus Katie Jones, what a decision. It's like, that's not a decision I want to be making right now. I have both.
But if you could have 2 Mr. Lees.
Second click, sneak door.
Be like one of those double mint gum commercials. And twins doing everything.
Yeah. And sees a Janice. So now we know. I don't know what we know, but... Third click, emergency shutdown on the Bastion. And last click, Katie up.
Working hard for the money. What does she do anyway? Do we know?
Katie Jones, she's a broker.
Broker. Okay.
Yeah. She was in Classic Netrunner. It was a card, I believe it was called Broker or something like that, and it was non-unique. You could have as many out as you wanted.
Whoa. Was she some sort of Bioroid thing at that point?
I don't know. It was. I'm not familiar. I've heard tale from the old days. Frank just gaining more credits. So Grant looking at an account siphon Crypsis.
He is all the Crypsises he can eat. Second one he discarded, but he already has 1 out.
And compromise employee. And Mr. Lee really just increasing efficiency so much. One of the really nice things that is better about Mr. Lee than just drawing the cards is that you don't have to discard when it's like
get choices.
You look at 2, you put 1 under, you can still use it later. So late game cards can stay around early game cards get accessed quicker.
It enhances your toolboxiness.
It is quite good. And where's Grant going to go here? We got Frank building back up to the funds. I don't think you account siphon last click here. I think you probably save it.
Ooh.
Taking Katie.
Making a delivery. Here's your money.
And Bastion keeps him out. What a thing.
What a thing. Eve.
All right, so Frank's going to res an Eve campaign here. And that's this seems like classic Bioroid that we're looking at here. You know,
yeah, it does.
Nothing terribly fancy going on. We've got Bioroid efficiency. We got all the money cards going on.
I'm still scratching my head over that advanced shadow.
Yeah, I am too.
But we'll see. We'll see. But you're right. Yeah, this is classic HB, old school kind of, which is appropriate for Frank.
Yeah, and quite good. I mean.
Oh man, aggro secretary.
Yeah, look like aggressive secretary. Even more classic HB cards.
Yeah.
Now, getting Grant to fall for that aggressive secretary is going to be very difficult.
It's hard to pull one over on Grant.
I think you have to. Man, I think you've got to wait on that Eve. It's so slow now that your main remote is just occupied. I think I would have tried to establish a new kind of wiener server for that Eve.
Yeah.
Because now Frank really can't wait. I guess he's just wanting to fast advance things out, which makes the aggressive secretary, questionable to me, given that he's not ever really going to be in a position, unless he's trying to trap you, where he's setting stuff down and advancing it twice. Dirty Laundry. Running R&D here.
Nice. Are we resin anything? I'm dying to see what else is protecting
I think that middle
server.
piece of ice is blank.
It's just
a waste
a
of time.
Funny that he would have paid one to install that, though.
Yes.
It's just a bluff card. To blave. Wall static.
Wall static. Everything's all staticky. And we're going to access 2. I think we got to see an agenda here. The odds say it's just going to happen.
Odds say yes. What did the cards say?
And yeah,
you were correct.
Score. There's a Vitruvius. And then he gets his money back for Dirty Laundry. So, starting to heat up here. It looks like Frank drawn into a Roto Turret. Not great. See, that's the ultimate issue with Roto Turret. Crypsis comes out and it's over.
Done. Oh, I can break that.
It's not really worth anything. I guess it's still 2 credits and a Crypsis counter, which...
Which has value in its
once
own
they
right,
hit that about 2-3 times, it's paid off for you, but keeping people out is very important, too.
Yeah, it's just not performing. It's just like an economy drag.
Yeah, and ultimately, that's what ice is.
Yeah, it's an attrition game.
But against Criminal, I don't know. You can't really... It's very hard to negatively affect their economy over a long period of time. They just, as you've seen, whether it's bank jobs or dirty laundry or account siphons, they have plenty of ways to get cash. There's a Kuroda that's going to help Grant's economy significantly over there on R&D.
Yeah. R&D is super suspect right now. Not what Frank wanted to see at all.
Yeah, and I'm going to wonder. We get the Roto Turret anyway.
Hello. 2 and a counter.
2 and a counter off Crypsis.
Boom.
And 3 for the Bastion. Much better deal with Kuroda here.
That's right.
And then only 2 to get through that wall of static.
We're
going to see 2 again.
2.
And we're scoring
nice.
another Vitruvius.
Excellent.
So R&D now has really created a significant leak here for Frank. He's going to have to really, he's going to have to outdraw this R&D lock right now. He's not going to see any agendas as long as he is getting run on like this.
Yeah, just drawing 1, too.
I would even say here it might be worth drawing 3 cards. Just try to get an agenda in your hand. You've got Biotic Labor.
It's true. Oh, there's second draw. Interesting.
I don't like that, though.
Yeah.
That just makes it fresh.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing any mid... well, there's a Janus, but I'm not really seeing much mid or late game ice.
Yeah, these fast advance decks a lot of times are really just slated to get it over with early. And Grant just happened to set up pretty quick here with Crypsis. And then Frank's going to have to discard down.
Yep.
Especially important whenever you have a sneak door probably on the way.
Does he still have his biotic in hand?
I think I said that earlier. I'm not sure that he does. He may have used it on the. He's got an archive memories though, so he can have biotic whenever he wants.
Sure.
He could also get more hedge funds. He could get some cash if he needs it. It's just not really helping him right now.
Yeah.
So we got one counter on Crypsis.
Yeah, man, getting that Corroder out for Grant has been a godsend.
Yeah, and we saw 2 stacked up right there when we hit Mr. Lee. So.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I like doing runs in one fell swoop like that.
Yeah, as long as Frank's not resin, then.
Make it happen. All right. Look like a biotic and something. And
And
another
he scores
agenda.
a beta test.
A beta test.
Where they were just stacked perfectly there. Yeah, if Frank hadn't drawn that card last turn, he wouldn't have seen anything.
It's true. It's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't type of things. Here's a biotic.
There's a biotic. Now you got to draw 3 here. You have to. I mean, there's just no way around it unless you can lock down R&D.
Roto.
Frank, first action draw. Give me 2 more. Give me 2 more.
He's thinking.
I'd give Grant 1 out of 5 as opposed to 2 off R&D here.
All right. Well, are we stalling over? What are we putting
Second
there?
action, we're definitely installing over. Is that another roto
It
turret?
is a roto turret.
Just trying to drain Crypsis here.
Yeah. I guess that's his only hope at this point.
He's got to hope that R&D doesn't produce anything here, but...
Yeah. Can you imagine if that was an Ichi? That'd be great. I love Ichi so
It'd
much.
be expensive, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it would.
Unless Grant just clicks through, but that's clicks too.
Click, click. He's been doing such a good job of, like, getting his initial clicks up and running. Probably only click through 1, which is why you run the 2.0.
That's right.
Just, you don't have to.
A lot of people don't like it. I actually don't like it.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So it looks like Grant, I think, grabbed a daily cast there instead of a sure gamble, which is... Oh, dirty laundry instead of a sure gamble.
You get a run.
Makes sense. You get a run, get money back.
It's efficient.
Yeah,
It's a 2 for 1.
Yeah, at a certain point in the game, like right now, 1 click is not equal to 1 credit. Clicks are more important here at this point of the game, I think. So Grant's just virusing up. Where's that Cyberdex trial, you know?
That's true. If he had just been triggering all those beta tests, well.
First action over HQ, which is very interesting to me. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, because, I mean, sneak door, right?
Right. Right.
Unless he's about to shut off archives forever. I don't know how that works.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's a big piece over there, like a toll booth or something.
Yeah. Where's that Janus that he installed there? That'd be hilarious. There's just a Janus sitting over there.
Second run in R&D. This could be it, guys.
This right
There's
here.
roto turret. It's going to be a total of 4 credits and 2 counters.
Which he has.
And all the ice. 9 and 2 Crypsis counters.
Woo!
And you can only do that so many times.
That's true. That's an expensive run, honestly.
But again, like, Frank's not going to see an agenda as long as this keeps happening.
Ooh.
And he gets out here. He
Lucky
needs to draw
Frank.
through it. I think
Yeah.
he's got to draw through it now. Grant's low on cash.
Yep.
He doesn't have the credits to get it.
Yeah, he just tapped Katie, so it'll be a little bit, at least another turn or 2 before he does that again.
Counter back on. And
Oh, whoa. I think I saw a stim hack in Grant's hand. Yep, it's totally
I'm
a stim
surprised
hack.
he didn't dirty laundry that R&D run there.
That'll change the...
I guess he was a bit worried about that front piece. Dirty Laundry Archives. Now is the time to res that crazy piece of ice.
It's true.
But it's not happening.
But it's not.
What's over there, you think?
I can only imagine.
There's no fixed spray. There's no yogs. Usually that, you know, if it's yog and Enigma, it's one thing, but
Yogging around, man.
at least make him spend some money, yeah? All right, drawing a card. So let's see if we get some draw actions here. I think you just try to get some agendas here and
So
hope he doesn't pull them.
2 biotics in hand by the looks of it, an archived aggro secretary, which just went down.
Aggressive Secretary and
If he can
advanced
pull this...
twice.
Aye.
There's no way. He's at 3 points. There's no way Grant's going to check this.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
With only Gia hands and, was that beta test that he scored earlier? That's it.
I mean, It's very brazen. Like if that were an agenda, which we know it's not.
There's-
it would be an amazing pull off.
I mean,
there.
the interesting thing is, like, so Grant's looking at that, and he's saying to himself, even if that's an agenda, there's no use for me to risk it,
Right.
right? So he's not going to run it.
So go and sneak door again. No res.
So there's really no point in putting a trap down there, you know?
We have seen archive memories 10,000 times out of HQ now.
Install advance, eh?
Grant having to think about that install advance
Yeah,
advance, but
it is tricksy.
Well, but he knows that he's not going to run that. I know he's not going to run it. I know it. I'll take a bet.
Yeah.
Right now. Let's make bets.
I mean, do you how able are you ultimately in the scheme of things to boil things down to like what's the most logical choice my opponent would have made here? Would he have put an agenda down unprotected, install advanced, and knowing that I could get it with impunity, or is he trying to assume that I might be trying to pull one over on and all this kind of stuff? It's great, like trying to overanalyze or underanalyze that kind of.
I
thinking.
mean, I think Grant made the right move there. So
Yeah.
so Frank puts the maybe agenda down. You hit the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you don't want is him to score out a 3-point and then fast advance a 2-point next turn. So he was trying to get the 2-point out of his hand. Didn't see it after a couple looks. So he's probably assuming it's not real. Frank putting ice over it again. That's not really helping the trap here.
But if you could have scored it, you could have scored it.
Yeah, if you could have scored it, you would have. So it's really just setting up a remote at this point. And Eve's going to be out here pretty quick, so I don't know that there's a reason to install over there.
These are important questions. And statements.
That's the beauty of Netrunner. We all kind of play it differently, you know.
Oh, the stim hack comes out.
Stim hack for essentially nothing and 2 counters,
Take brain damage.
which means 1 brain damage, and he's going to get 2 cards.
Ooh, inside.
And this is probably it soon.
There. That was it? What? That looked like a priority. Couldn't tell.
Trash.
I guess it wasn't.
Trash the Augusta Secretary. So now he knows that's a trap down there.
Yeah. Oh, if he has 1, he probably has 2.
And 3 on Katie. So Frank holding out here. I'd like to see him draw through to
Yeah.
an agenda.
Will he do it? Nope.
There's
Trick of
really-
light. There it is.
Yeah, now he's just got to draw in. He's got to draw in.
Draw it
You've
in.
gotta
put
find it.
down.
He's got a fresh card on top of R&D right now.
Look at it, Frank. Look at it.
I think you have to take it. Yeah, the thing is, like, the way that I look at this is you can't do this forever. You're going
Correct.
to lose this game if you don't change what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to draw here.
Yeah, because Grant just has Frank beat on the econ side of things.
As long as he's seeing all the cards that are going in Frank's hand, there will never be agendas there. You know, that's the ultimate thing
Yep.
about R&D is you're controlling everything that's happening.
Take care of it at the source.
I mean, Grant has no reason to run HQ here.
I'm just a camera boy.
All right, he's thinking about it though.
I think you gotta draw.
Is that one in hand? What has he got there?
You gotta draw.
Looked like that might have been one.
Did he sneak one in?
I think he just did.
He did sneak one in. When did he get that?
Oh, maybe he drew it.
When did he get that?
I don't know. Well, I mean, of course he drew it, but
Man, I just must have just missed
whoa,
that one.
he is paying a king's ransom to make this happen.
I must have just missed that one, guys. I am sorry. I don't know how
So
he got that in
Trick-o-Lite,
hand. Trick-o-Lite, Biotic
Biotic.
Labor, and Advance. It's gotta be efficiency, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah,
there it is.
efficiency committee. So, man, how did he get that?
Man, I don't know.
I think I just missed that one. I wasn't paying attention, or it was during the slump. Whenever,
Oops.
man, that must have been in there for a little while. I would think.
I know. Well, it didn't really matter. Grant was only in the mood to draw archive memories, so.
Yeah, it's true. True story. Must have missed it in a fade or something in the footage missing sections there. Maybe there was an efficiency committee pulled.
I may have screwed this up.
So close game here.
Come down on the wire.
It's recording now.
Another agenda for either of them. I don't know if we'll see another one-pointer. We might.
My turns would be really easy.
How many Gila hands do you run? That's a good, interesting question.
Gain 2 counters, take Katie, and then spin all of Katie on R&D here.
Sounds like a plan.
That's it.
Another efficiency.
So there's the game. All right, well, we have a stormer here. This is fantastic. We're going to check out the next game, which will have Frank playing Grant. He's going to have to get on top of it. He's got 5 agenda points, which is solid. So he just needs to beat Grant before Grant scores 5. Definitely possible. And we're going to catch you guys on Game 2 of the last match. Match 4 of Round 1. We'll catch you there. Thanks for watching.